My name is P. Lakshman. My roll number is 2095580 Today's subject is electrical drives and static control. Today my topic is about single phase semi controlled converter connected to a DC separately excited motor and speed and torque characteristics. Single phase semiconductor drive. Semico- Semiconductors are one quadrant converter. They have one polarity of voltage and current at DC terminal. The motor current can't be reversed due to the thyristors in the converter. When AC is given to the thyristor, diodes combine together and convert AC to DC signals. And the basic circuit diagram of single phase semiconductor drive feeding separately excited DC motor is given below. And this is the circuit of single phase semi controlled converter using separately DC excited motor. First of all, we are giving the supply to terminals of the thyristors and diodes, and we are excited separately to the motor, and we have a supply is given to the circuit, and AC supply is given to the circuit. The Whenever a supply is given to the circuit, the motor is taking the power, and when we switch off the power, the inductor will be act as will recharges the energy in reverse direction, and it is a self switch off, and the power is flow through the circuit is positive. Off cycle is positive to T1 to free diode, and the resistance and inductance to D2 and negative of the terminal. And in negative off cycle, power flow is given negative of the terminal and T2 thyristor 2 and diode and resistance inductor and D1 and positive of the terminals. We are supplying AC supply to the circuit, which is time variant changes with time. The armature voltage and current is developed depends upon the operating conditions. And continuous armature current operation. Below waveform shows the voltage and current limits of a semiconductor drive. From waveform, thyristor T1 is triggered at the angle alpha, and T2 is triggered at alpha plus pi with respect to the voltage. And for period alpha less than omega t is less than pi, the motor voltage is equal to the supply voltage. For period of pi is less than omega t less than alpha, the motor terminal are shorted through the diode, making terminal is a 0. And this is the characteristics of converter. And in AC is given to the diode, we are drawing the AC supply, and when we trigger the convert thyristor T1, first of all T1 and D2 will be conducts, then diode will be, and up to alpha to pi the thyristor will be conduct, then it will be off, and again alpha plus pi is triggered T2 and D1, and continuously current operation and voltage will be appear in the circuit. And we are drawing the characteristics of, and beyond the period of pi, the armature EMF reverses the input voltage by changing the terminals. This leads to the freewheeling conducts. and the armature is in the continuous mode due to the presence of freewheeling diode. During the pi to pi plus alpha period, freewheeling diode will recover the energy from inductance element and which is armature current is in continuous mode due to the presence of freewheeling diode by during the pi to pi alpha period freewheeling diode will record the energy from inductance in the supply. By using a freewheeling diode, torque developed in the motor is said to be continuous. And coming to the speed and torque characteristics of a single phase semi-converter separately excited motor, that characteristics between speed and torque is it is the torque is inversely proportional to the speed, and it is drawn between the it is the torque and speed, which is unit speed is rpm and it is torque is newton meters. And the main advantage of semi single phase semi converter control connected to DC separately excited motor. The output voltage of a semi converter has the low ripples when compared to that of full control converter, and it has the and coming to disadvantages, the main disadvantages is of single phase semi converter is when the cost is high, maintenance cost is also high. Coming to applications we are using in it is in the electronics and the laboratories, which is used in the colleges and used for the defense and all this. Thank you.